Go through the patch notes. Patch notes came out yesterday. Let's go through them. I have already seen these, but I thought I'd just go through them with you guys as well. I give my thoughts on them. There are some interesting things, there are some good things, and there are some things that are not there which I think desperately needed to be there. But, you know, first major patch, so, you know, take it with a bit of salt. There are some things that should have been nerfed, they're not nerfed. But, you know, we'll go through it, we'll go through it. First off, game collaboration, Tekken shop, don't care. Customization, don't really care. Tekken shop, don't care. Here we go. Measures against measures against players who measures against players discover cheating in ranked match. This is important. Yo, what's up, Masab? I'm doing well, dude. High-ranking players who were reported multiple times and were found to have cheated were removed from the leaderboard and their ranks were reset to beginner. This is obviously something that was an issue at the beginning of the game. So it's very good that this has been dealt with. There is no fix for pluggers yet, but they have stated that they are working on it. So hopefully that comes sooner rather than later. But it is good that they are sorting out cheating, like in the leaderboards. People that are boosting and like hacking the game. Like there was a viral clip near the beginning of the game. I don't know if you guys saw it. Where so this guy, I don't know who it was, I can't remember who it was, but basically what he did was he had like this hack where you start at the start of the match, they insta died as soon as the round starts, and then the next round starts and their opponent instantly dies, and then the next round starts and their opponent instantly dies, and so on and so forth, and then he'd win the match, and then he'd go on to the next match, and then he would do that again. So the fact that there's no anti-cheat is a bit of an issue, to be honest. It would mitigate like all of that, but hey-ho, like we're left with this. I guess they're dealing with it in their own way. You know, I really think there should be an anti-cheat in the game, but if they're going to do this, I guess it works, sort of. Functional improvements. Tekken Lounge, I don't care, to be honest, about Tekken Lounge. Bug fixes. Fix an issue in which some titles of Arcade Quest, Tekken Ball... During an online match, selecting rematch and then the opponent declining would sometimes cause the game to become unresponsive for a certain amount of time. However, this issue has been fixed. What they're talking about here is when you end a match and then you press rematch and your opponent declines the rematch. Because you already pressed rematch, you wait like 10 seconds before you can like press down on the D-pad to go back to the warm-up lobby, right? The warm-up room. So I guess it's pretty good that they fixed that. That was getting pretty annoying. I mean, not the biggest issue, but I suppose it's good they fixed that. Now we get to juicy stuff. Right. Practice mode.
First.
Yeah, what's up, 10x? And then UI display and text issues, good fix. Story mode, fix. Move list. Make some corrections to the move list text, icons, and other elements. I do wonder whether there was some frame data that was mislabeled. Some frame data was wrong. I don't know, because there are so many moves in the game and the game's just come out, so maybe that actually was an issue. I don't know if you guys have like experienced moves that clearly the frames are different. But maybe that's an issue and other issues are fixed, so that's good. Special style. Okay, they fixed something with special style. Wall breaks, hard wall break, and balcony breaks. We've alleviated the issue where positional shifts occurred in specific situations when stage gimmicks were activated. What this is, I think, is if you're like in a corner on a stage, let's say you're on Elegant Palace, right? And you're on the corner where on the left there's the glass that you can break, right? The wall break. And on the right there's just a normal wall. If you're like really close to the corner and you're on the right wall, the wall with no like wall break, you do a combo and you do a move that would break the wall. It like shifts you to the breakable wall, like automatically. And that was really weird. So I think that's what they're talking about here. So that's good that they fixed that. Rage Art and Heat Burst alleviated the issue where characters could become embedded in the wall. I've never experienced this. Have you guys ever experienced this? I've never experienced this, but I guess it's good they fixed that. Hold moves. This is charge moves. In Tekken 8, charge techniques can't be reversed or when fully charged, excluding techniques that dodge attacks like Asasena's Libertador. However, some characters were still able to reverse them. Jin could do it with his parry and Leroy's parry, which was unintended. The list of characters and their adjusted moves includes, but not limited to, they should say, because Kazuya is not on this list, and he has a charge move. So basically, they're just saying that you're not supposed to be able to reverse charge attacks. Can I zoom in a bit? Hang on. I cannot. This is just the way it's gonna have to be. This is the way it's just gonna have to be, I'm afraid. How the fuck do I zoom in, man? What if I do this? There we go. I got it. Right, where are we? Hold moves. Stage Yakushima. Characters become embedded in the ground. I've never seen that. I never saw that. Descent into subconscious. Stage objects will appear in front of the character. I never experienced that, but I can see how that would happen. Elegant Palace. Objects will appear in front of the character. This is the chandelier stuff. So sometimes on that stage, you'd be fighting and the chandelier would drop like in front of the characters and you wouldn't be able to see what your characters are doing. Yo, Miko, what's up, dude? You wouldn't be able to see what your characters are doing. So I guess that's good they fixed that. Side back hit. Correction has been made to address unintended behavior that occur when certain moves hit from the side or back. This is like back turn guaranteed combos and stuff like that. Is the controller okay? Ish, Miko. Ish. Camera behavior. Behavior instability issue that occurred when hitting with certain moves near the wall has been alleviated. This is all like the camera switches and the control and the camera going complete haywire. So it's good they fixed that. Although there is a massive issue with rage arts. Sometimes if you do a rage art, I'm sure you've already experienced this. When you do a rage art, after the rage art, the camera's like desperately trying to realign with the characters on the screen. Because all the characters are moving around so much that it's trying to like go back to like a static position. And it struggles for like 5 to 10 seconds sometimes. Which is a big issue because obviously after a rage art, at least one of the characters is, at least one of the players is on like a tiny amount of health, you know, more or less. So, big issue. So I hope they fix that as well. Chain throws. Oh, they fixed King's chain throws, which is good. If he did a chain throw, if he like started a chain throw on someone who's doing like a power crush, you couldn't break him anywhere. Wall throws and wall hit throws. Issue where certain throws would still connect while the opponent was being hit against the wall even after a wall break. So an example of this is you could break the wall with Dragunov if you haven't done your bound yet, and the game behaves like the wall is still there. So you can do while running 4 to do a wall bound when the wall isn't there. It looked pretty funny, but yeah, it's good they fixed that. That was just, I don't know, some collision issues. So yeah, it's good they fixed that. Stumble stun. Feng Wei's down forward 1. I think this is, I don't know if this is only at the wall, but if you did Feng's down forward 1 on counter hit, you know where they'd like fall down and then get back up? That's what they mean by stumble stun. You could sidewalk right very quickly and then do shoulder and it was guaranteed. And obviously it's a heat engager and it's a wall splat. So yeah, I'm guessing they nerfed that. This is just a specific nerf to like those types of moves that enable like guaranteed follow-ups. Strong aerial spike. Behavior for aerial spike was triggered by moves like Dragunov's during Sneak 4 against airborne opponents was adjusted. This was done because the damage for some aerial combos was higher than anticipated when transitioning through this stage. So it's interesting because it doesn't actually specify which moves this actually affects, which characters this affects. But Dragunov obviously does affect them. Yeah, as a nerf to a lot of characters. Healthy recovery moves. UI animations and dedicated sound effects have now been set up for a health recovery. That's pretty cool. It means that now, like, you're not constantly like quickly glancing up at your opponent's health bar to see how much health they're recovering and stuff like that, and your own. So it's good that you'd be able to like see it visually and have like sound cues for that. I think it makes it pretty cool. What's a strong aerial spike? That's like it's like when you hit them into the ground and they bounce a little bit. That's what an aerial spike is. And you could get a follow-up attack, basically, is what that means with most characters. Like Kuma could do down forward, what is it? Down forward 1, 2, 1 plus 2. If he did it with specific timing, then he'd get the booty guaranteed. And also with Lee, he could do that with Hitman up forward 4 into, what is it? Forward 4, 3 into guaranteed forward 3, 3, 4 for a bound, and then do his normal wall combo. I think that's what it was. Maybe not the forward 4, 3, I'm not sure. But that's what an aerial spike is. Alisa, back 4. See, I don't know what this... Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it more difficult to slip under a floating opponent by extending the collision upward. I don't know what that means. I just don't know what that means. I've gone over this like 10 times. Like this explanation. I just... Maybe making the hitbox more like bigger? I don't get it. Anyway, it looks like it's a buff by the arrow. Alisa up forward 1 on hit. The behavior of the opponent upon the second hit in midair has been altered. Changes made as unintended follow-up attacks were connecting when the third hit missed in midair. This is Alice's bound, that crazy like bound where she goes airborne. She goes really high and like throws her head to you, and it explodes and she gets a huge bound. This is basically a nerf to Alice's combos. She had like really high combo damage. I'm pretty sure this is just a nerf to combo damage. A destructive form, up forward 1 plus 2. This is where she does like a forward somersault into chainsaws and it will break the floors because it hits down. This is a buff. Floor break will now only occur on the final hit of the move, so she gets more damage before the floor actually breaks. Sometimes the attacks miss before. Oh, is that what that means? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. It makes the follow-ups more consistent, right? Right, okay. Asuka. Unintended moves have been fixed. Okay, it's a bug fix. During Naniwat Gusto, 1 plus 2, collision detection between characters has been adjusted to make it less likely for positions to be swapped during aerial combos. They just made that more reliable and like consistent as a combo route. And then the install, now we get icons added below health gauge bars to indicate whether the install has been activated or not. This is with Asuka, Leroy, and Brian, and Claudio. That's a kind of cool quality of life thing. I always thought it was pretty obvious when that happens, but it's more of an accessibility thing, I think, for newer players. So that's good. Now we get to some interesting things. Azucena, Libertador, fixed the ability to evade low heat smashes. I didn't know what this was until I watched somebody talk about it. So you're not supposed to be able to evade low heat smashes with like a parry or anything. Azucena could. Corrected the issue where attempting to evade high attack immediately after the end of the heat state would cause the heat to activate again. I don't know what that means really. But yeah, that's basically a nerf to Azucena. Like, she wasn't supposed to be able to like auto low parry, like low heat smashes, unblockable attacks and stuff like that. With heat activated during Libertador, take high attack from opponent. Increase the attack range to reduce the occurrence of for whiffing for certain moves. Take high attack from opponent. I don't know whether this is increased attack range for the opponent or as a center. Like when she doesn't move out of the vertical. I don't get it. But I guess because it says take high attack from opponent, this is a buff to your opponent. So any move your opponent does. So they're extending Asasena's hurt box, I think, with this. That'd be my assumption now, anyway. During the versatile, take low attack from opponent. Adjusts the tracking hitbox and opponent collision detection for certain moves to make whiffing less likely. Take low attack from opponent. Okay, so you can attack her more. But no nerfs, no actual nerfs to Asasena. Running 3-4, running 3-2. Oh my god, that move is so annoying. Like, how is that not fixed? I thought it was unintended, but I guess it was intended for you to have literally no counterplay. Yeah, you can argue, right, with running 3-2, with Asasena's running 3-2. If you know they're going to do it, you can sidewalk. And if you know they're going to do it, you can do a very precise sidewalk left. Was it right? Sidewalk left, the knee, and then duck the high. You can do that. Only if you know it's coming. There's no, like, option select for this move. And the fact that running moves are so easy to do means it's really easy for them to loop running 3-2 over and over again. So I don't know how I feel about that. In fact, I do know how I feel about that. I feel like Asasena should have been nerfed. And also, I don't like the jailing mid-high stuff that she has. It's really unintuitive, especially for legacy players. I don't want to sound like elitist, like, oh, we're legacy players, but it's just, it's not even that it was like that in previous games. It's just like that for the majority of characters in this game as well. It just overcomplicates things having jailing mid-highs when for basically every other move in the game, apart from a few exceptions, it won't jail mid-high. It's just unnecessary complexity. I just don't think it's necessary in the game. Yeah, that's just my opinion on it anyway. Brian, icon for Snake Eyes. Claudio back for 2. He gets his install after this, by the way, on hit. And it's a heat engager. Reduce the knockback distance when the attack is blocked, making it easier for the opponent counter attacks to connect. It's weird that they did this, because I labbed this yesterday, and it has 0 pushback. 0. It's weird that they even did this. But I guess it got nerfed, it's underbalanced, so he got nerfed. But I never... Like, he's point blank when he does this. Even at tip range, so it's really weird they did this. Maybe in some circumstances there's, like, crazy pushback. Starburst, icon. Dragunov back 3-4, his Sabaki, parry. Expanded the hurt box for legs. Alleviating the issue where certain low attacks will whiff. So I just made... Okay. But... Who even has an issue? Does anybody have an issue with back 3-4? Like, not being able to hit the legs? I feel like... Okay, whatever. I guess it's a nerf. Yeah, what's up, Nifelt? These patch notes suck. There is some good things, but a lot of it is... Yeah, I'm not happy with a lot of them. Dragunov, while crouching down forward 1-4. Balance, though this is actually a nerf. The hitbox of the second attack has been reduced. Cool. When the first hit connects with the downed opponent, the second hit would also connect, causing more combo damage than intended. This has been adjusted. So, this is when he does back 1+2 at the wall, and then he can get guaranteed full crouch down forward 1-4 into shoulder, I think. That was never intended, or, you know, it's been nerfed. Now they just want you to do the stomp, right? Has my controller been fixed? Ish. It's been fixed-ish. Fang moves your own sidestep. Issue where performing certain inputs has resulted in unintended moves have been fixed. That's a bug fix, so that's good. Fang. Back facing opponents. 3. This is like while... this is basically the same as forward 3. Issue where performing certain inputs result in unintended moves has been fixed. So Feng got 2 bug fixes and no nerfs, which is kind of wild. Like his 3+4 when he's in heat is kind of crazy. It hits from a mile away, and just renders you like completely stuck in the mud, man. And also Dragunov, I expected more nerfs for Dragunov. Now he still does monster combo damage. So yeah, with like a lot of the stuff for Dragunov doesn't really have a counterplay. It does, but his combo damage is too high in my opinion. Dragunov's combo damage. They really should have just reduced that. Also, I wonder whether full crouch down forward 1-4 also affects combo routes. Also affect combo routes. Damn, my sub privileges have run out. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wonder whether this affects combo routes, to be honest. Seems like it could be the case. That could affect combo damage, to be fair. But Feng Wei not getting nerfs as well, which is kind of crazy. Just bug fixes. Huarang down 4-4. Yeah, what's up, Luger? Huarang down 4-4. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent, and this again. Made it more consistent, I guess. Azucena got buffed. I don't think she got buffed. No, I foul. The arrow, just don't take notice of the arrow. Take high attack from opponent. Increase the range. I think that's for the opponent. And take low attack from opponent. Adjusted the tracking for opponent. And it's the same with this. This is definitely a nerf because she was able to evade low heat smashes with the Libertador stance. That's what that means. But she didn't really get any nerfs, let's be honest. Right. Huarang down 4-4, made it more consistent. Jun, heat smash, adjusted the collision. Did they buff Jun's heat smash? Did they buff Jun's heat smash? I hope they didn't, because it's already ridiculous. Kazuya, heat smash. So, okay. And then King got a buff, which is very surprising. The ability to transition into standing block has been added during the middle. So, you know, his running sprint, his running Jaguar sprint. Now he can block instead of like having to commit to it. Instead of having to commit to it, now he can actually block. Hasn't been made considering that confirming the initial movement before executing a rage art, all options on King's side were losing. Yeah, because he enters a bloody stance. That's why he enters a stance. Do you know how many characters enter stances and they lose to rage arts because they can't get out of the stance? Reyna's a good example. Heaven's Wrath. You can't get out of Heaven's Wrath. That's a committing stance. Like if she goes into Heaven's Wrath, you can literally rage art her out of it. Sentai, she'll recover in time. But with Heaven's Wrath, she will just, you know. Yeah, what's up, Neppy? This is just bug fixes. Yeah, but look. It's not, though. There are some balance changes. It's spinning like a Beyblade. I mean, maybe you can with, like, during the initial, attack, like, the initial stance change. For Sentai, maybe you can. But for Heaven's Wrath, it's definitely a thing, you know? But why has he got a buff there? Yeah, what's up, Nuxie? Just delete him. Hey, Crimson won't be happy, will he? Me talking about his precious king like this. He commits to going into that stance. I just don't agree with that. Like, why do we need to give King training wheels? Like, come on, man. He commits to the stance. Right, anyway, they fixed the throw. This throw. The input for the throw escape has been changed from 1 to 2. Throw escape input was not behaving as originally intended. Okay, so they fixed that. Back 3. Fixing instances in which armor properties remain until the end of the animation in certain situations. So this is armoring for more than initially intended, I guess. So I guess that's a nerf, I guess. Kuma Panda Hunting 2 is like the low swipe when they're in hunting stance. which has crazy tracking, by the way, which just makes this bug fix really weird. Expanded the hurt box for the legs. The only reason you'd get the legs is if Akuma or Panda is doing this when they're like faced opposite you and they do this move. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but it doesn't really affect them, to be honest. While down and facing up, that's the flop. Blocking the later part of the attack animation would cause subsequent attacks to become unblockable. I didn't even know this was a thing. Did you guys know this was a thing? I should break his legs and then give him training wheels. Yeah, I know. Jesus. Lars down back 1 expanded the hitbox, so we got a buff for that. I don't even know. Dynamic entry 3+4. Hold. This is the extended stomp, so it's just like a, like, no one's gonna care about that. That's just like a whatever. At least Victor got fixed. Yeah, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. Law key charge got fixed. Who cares about that? Law down 3-4. When hit from the front or side, behavior that allowed opponent to transition to a down state with a down input has been corrected. I didn't even know this was a thing. That's funny though. That's really funny. Leo. I just don't care about Leo. I'm skipping Leo. Leroy. Icon for Kane. Leroy down 1-2. Yeah, Leroy got nerfed, dude. How are they gonna nerf Leroy? He's already like one of the worst characters in the game. Like, he is in the bin, man. He couldn't be. He is at the bottom of the bin, like right now. Apart from maybe Kuma and Panda. But Leroy is like, oh my god, man. Knockback distance on the first and second hits when landing a down hit has been increased. It was possible in specific situations to deal higher combo damage than intended. Like, come on, man. Why you gotta nerf Leroy, man? It's so surprising because Leroy is like the prize jewel of Tekken 7, man. For like design, character design. Like, yeah, he was broken at release, but like, they don't have to be so scared of making him a playable character in this game, dude. Like, come on. Like, no one plays Leroy though. Because Leroy has to do a time for his crimes in 7. Yeah, I know, right? I genuinely think that's what they're doing. Yeah, they nerf Leroy, not to. I mean, it's a small nerf, but I guess, yeah, now he's got less flexible combo routes. That's what this means. And practice mode, I don't really care. And then this is he's unblockable. It's just a bug fix. Lily. Now possible to defense against it with a reversible move. Oh, you couldn't parry this before. Right, because it's charge. Right, okay. It wasn't a maximum hold move. It wasn't a maximum charge move. It couldn't be reversed. Okay. So that's kind of a bug fix, I guess. That's kind of a bug fix. A bug fix, I guess. Right, Nina QCB 4. Issue where you couldn't input buffer moves during the heat activation or heat dash has been corrected. Okay, that's just a bug fix. Wasn't functioning properly as recoverable gauge extinguisher move, but now it's been fixed. Okay. And damage changed from 25 to 20. Oh yeah, because if you're not doing the proper input, you'd get the higher damage anyway. Okay. Right. Raven. Using Doppelganger. Oh, the Doppelganger is displayed in front of the health gauge. Right. This is because, yeah, the health gauge, you couldn't, because you got the health gauge, you couldn't really see what he was doing. So it improves the visibility, so that's good. Reina. 3+4, 3+4. Okay. Behavior on landing a down hit with the first hit has been modified. Changes have been made as it was possible in specific situations to deal higher combat damage than intended. I did this before I started the stream. Or before I went onto the patch notes, sorry. You could do a combo to the wall and then backdash and then do 3+4, 3+4 and it would break the wall. But it would like restart the combo and then you could get to the next wall and do that again. So yeah, it's good they nerfed that. That was just I never did it with Reina, but yeah, it definitely shouldn't have been a thing. That's just like a bug fix, really. While standing 1, issue where it transitions to throw occurred on an airborne hit has been corrected. I never experienced this. Are they saying that when you did while standing 1, even if they're airborne, it would transition to a throw? It's weird, man. It's really, really weird. We're getting to it, Nightfall. We're getting to it, man. Calm down. We're getting to it. It was weird they did that. I never experienced that issue. And also, you literally could use this to do a pickup with the second hit of the double hell sweep on counter hit. You could use while standing 1 to pick up there, which is weird. Rainer while rising 3+4, a move that literally nobody ever has cared about. It's a trash move. It just doesn't matter. Okay, Victor throws have been fixed, so that's really, really good. That was a big issue. Right, Xiaoyu 1-2. Issue where there was an unnatural forward movement in specific situations has been corrected. So that's basically a nerf. I think that fixes like her combo routes. I think that's what it does. Although, why would you even use that? I guess for wall carry. On the right side, phenomenon where hypnotist could be quickly cancelled has been corrected. That's good. That's a bug fix then. I didn't even know that was unintended. While crouching down forward 4, certain inputs result in unintended moves. Bug fix. And Phoenix forward 4. Unintended moves has been fixed. That's another bug fix. No nerfs to anything else though. No nerfs to like the crazy hypnotist move. The sweep that's -12 on block. Same with Lily having a -11 low. Come on, man. Just give them some consequences for doing that. Like, if you're doing a move that good, give it some actual repercussions if it gets blocked, man. Reward risk. Come on, dude. Okay, so Yoshimitsu. Now this is the actual only good thing. Well, no, I say the only good thing. One of the only good things, like, in terms of balancing in this patch. So Flash, damage has been changed by 1. Behavior on side hits and back hits has been modified. Hitbox of the attack has been reduced. Thank fuck. Okay. Mitigating the ease with which it connects to opponents moving laterally. And the same in Heat and no Sword Flash. Damage changed from 24 to 20. Health recovery halved, and on health recovery for recoverable health also halved, and heat timer remaining time consumption changed to -300. I just think that means it gives you less time. So higher combo damage, less combo damage now with Yoshi, and Swordless Flash was just ridiculous. It just didn't make sense. Oh, and also forward 2, which you could get follow-up attacks, right? So they made it more punishable as well. Okay, so Swordless Flash used to be, right? Well, I mean, it still is now until they released the update. With Reina specifically, and with some characters, if I did forward 2 on block into Sentai, Yoshi's Flash would beat literally every option, including just blocking. I could do forward 2, hold forward for Sentai, and then just block, and it would still hit me, the Flash. Also, anything from Heaven, anything that goes into Heaven's Wrath could be beaten by Flash. So Hell Sweep into Heaven's Wrath. Down forward 4-2 in Heat could be beaten by Flash, because it doesn't get parried. You can't parry Flash. Because it's an unblockable, right? So yeah, they changed all that. Which is good in my opinion, because it just made that matchup impossible. Like, basically impossible. Well, not impossible, but very, very difficult. I just didn't agree with, like, an 8-frame move having such good range. It doesn't have good range, but having, like, range, like, twice as good as Tekken 7, I just think it was too much. And it caused, like, a load of issues with, like, certain matchups. So I'm pretty glad that Yoshi's Flash got nerfed. It's still good. It's still an 8-frame attack, you know. Tricky part about reduce the range is that you never know how much they reduce it. That is all. That is true. Yeah, what's up, pump? But yeah, I'm glad that that got nerfed. But anyway, so to sum up, Xiao Yu should have got nerfed more. Glad about Yoshi. Leroy shouldn't have got a nerf. Lily's -11 low should have got nerfed. Law probably should have got like maybe 1 or 2 nerfs. King definitely didn't deserve that buff. King should have got nerfed a little bit. Where the fuck is Devil Jin's Heat Smash, man? Like, what? Still no answer to Devil Jin's Heat Smash? It's not that it's a strong move, it's just that there's no counterplay at all. So, Devil Jin's Heat Smash is not there. Feng got no nerfs. Dragonov's combo damage didn't get nerfed. Or maybe it did. We'll have to wait and see. Azucena's, while running 2-3, 3-2, didn't get nerfed. Which I really thought they would nerf that. I really thought they should have nerfed that, to be honest. Alisa got nerfed, so that's pretty good. The combo damage was kind of crazy. But yeah. So, pretty disappointing. But at the same time, like, the game's still new. Like, look at Street Fighter, man. They're still dealing with, like, JP. This late into the game. So, take it with a grain of salt. The game's still new. We have to wait for the next balance patch to actually get significant nerfs to some of the... Like, Jun didn't get enough. Like, we'll have to wait for the next patch. Anyway. That's the balance patch. That's the patch notes. Good bug fixes. Good that they're dealing with cheaters. Balancing is kind of all over the place in my opinion. Some good stuff. A lot of stuff should have been nerfed, which I'm surprised they didn't. Yoshimitsu was good. But anyway, yeah, that's the patch notes, and yeah.